back.
Welcome back, y'all. What's poppin'?
Hello there.
It's your boy Jeremy.
And your boy Jake.
Back for another episode of
Beren,
Boys.
Bekius.
Beren, Bois, Bekius, your favorite weekly Parsha, sports, Mussar podcast, all wrapped up in one short episode right here,
right now.
You know the vibes. Parshiot, Acharei,
And Kedoshim.
and Kedoshim.
Double. It's
Back to
double.
back, two-timers, baby.
Yes.
Woo! So much
Sir.
Torah. You know we love that Torah, baby. Right here at Beren, Bois, Bekius.
And let's get right into it.
Let's get right into it. Parshat Acharei and Kedoshim, Beren, Bois, Bekius, Parsha, sports, Mussar.
Shkaya.
Let's get it. Following the tragic deaths of Nadav and Avihu, Aharon's sons, God gives the apt warning to the Jewish people, banning unauthorized entrance to the Holy of Holies, the Kodesh HaKodashim, and adds that only the Kohen Gadol, once a year on Yom Kippur, can enter the Kodesh HaKodashim. Other than that, no entry allowed.
Next, he details the process on Yom Kippur in which the Kohen casts a lottery over two goats to determine which one will be offered to God and which one will be sent into the wilderness to carry the sins of the Jewish people.
Right. Tom Brady is pushed off a cliff and LeBron James is put on the altar.
The goats.
The goats. So, he then warns against bringing different kinds of korbanot anywhere besides the Beit HaMikdash, right? So he says, if you're going to bring a korban, it can only be in the Beit HaMikdash. He also forbids the consumption of blood and bans multiple kinds of immoral sexual relations.
Then we get into the Parsha of Kedoshim, which begins with the Pasuk.
Kedoshim tihiyu, ki kadosh ani Hashem Elokeichem. You shall be holy, for I, your Lord, your God, am holy.
Nice. And so this is followed by dozens of mitzvot through which the Jews should sanctify themselves and relate to the holiness of God.
Right, so these mitzvot, very famous ones, they include idolatry,
Charity,
equality,
Shabbos,
morality,
honesty,
honoring one's parents,
and the sacredness of life.
right. And finally, it concludes with the very famous mitzvah, ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. All right, now into the world where the attitude is definitely not ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. It is destroy your enemies at all costs. Sports, baby, on to the sports convo.
The sports section.
The segment where we at Beren, Bois, Bekius keep you guys in the loop on what's happening in the sports world. Let's get it.
Let's do it. All right. So, big news in soccer: the Super League was going to be proposed. It was passed, and then 2 days later, it gets disbanded.
Big news came crashing down very quickly, and in the NBA season, it's coming to an end. The season is just about wrapping up.
It's looking like a doozy.
It's looking like a doozy.
Like
we're gonna
an
have
absolute
a good one,
doozy.
folks. And that's it. All right, so now into the final segment of the podcast, a little Mussar, Dvar Torah from us to you, some nice words to share your Shabbos table this week.
So in the pasuk this week, it says, "Hochech tochiach et amitecha," you shall rebuke your friend. Now the question is, why would it use this word twice, hochech tochiach? Why not just hochech or just
Right.
tochiach?
So what the commentaries tell us is that what this is suggesting is that there's a way you must go about rebuking your friend, and it's a two-part process. The first time, hochiach, is you must go kindly to your friend. You must have a tender attitude, and you must approach them not with accusatory statements, but go kindly and see how they react, right? The second time, though, tochiach is a harsher way of rebuking, right? If the first time doesn't work out and they don't accept your suggestions or whatever it may be, then the second time, tochiach, you must go and react more harshly, and that's why it says it twice.
Even more so, the word lahochiach does not just only mean to rebuke, it also means to prove. Now this teaches us that after you go to someone the first time tenderly, you have to make sure that you prove the thing that they're doing and not just go to them with an accusatory attitude from rumors or anything else, but you have to lahochiach, to prove it before you rebuke them.
Right, and the second time, the second meaning of the word, to rebuke, right, once you go and you prove what they've done, but you go in a kind manner, and they don't respond well, then the second time is when you go harshly, right, and you actually rebuke them. So not only is there a double language in the pasuk itself, but the word hochiach itself suggests a double meaning and teaches us that when we see people doing something wrong that we feel is wrong, first go to them kindly, and the second time, then you can rebuke, but make sure that you prove it to them and you don't go harshly in the beginning and you give them at least a chance to explain themselves and to react well. And so as we go into this Shabbos, give your friend a chance, let them prove themselves first, and then, only then, can you go in and actually rebuke them. And until next time, peace.